Hello there, welcome to the channel where we talk about all things VTuber. This is Rex Nebula. Today, I have a story for you. You can get a manager as an indie VTuber relatively easily, but the real problem is getting a manager who's competent, who understands you. Someone who can basically support your activities without causing too much trouble. Sometimes, if you're lucky, you can be like Dokibird, you can get a good manager like Mr. Man. And Mr. Man is a really good manager. He used to be a manager for XQC and he manages a lot of esports players, especially in Apex Legends. That's probably how Dokibird was able to get access to him, probably through her Apex Legends connections. You don't need to worry about anything too much. He can just run the behind the scenes stuff while you just stream. And then you have the other side. You have VTubers who get really horrible managers. They get managers that are evil, incompetent, useless. This is not something you want to happen to your favorite VTuber. Unfortunately, this is what happened to your favorite VTuber. A bunch of VTubers have come out to complain about their manager, who they have claimed have not only mismanaged them, their manager apparently was so evil, she stole their money. This is Erin, also known as Evilbunny. This is the VTuber manager everyone has been complaining about. You can see on her Twitch, she claims to be a lover of cats and coffee, and she is a channel manager and community manager for many streamers. She's a moderator for many more. Some people claim that she's actually a moderator for PewDiePie as well, though that hasn't been proven yet. Evilbunny claims that she's a community manager for one of the largest streamers on Twitch, Admiral Baru. Admiral Baru has over 800,000 followers on Twitch. You can see he gets up to 60 to 70,000 views per video on Twitch. The fact that Evilbunny is able to become a community manager for such a large Twitch streamer just shows how established she is. It makes the accusations against her even worse. So let's see what the VTubers she's managing has to say about her. Isaa is a VTuber and she's saying, "Hello, I've been dealing with issues behind the scenes with my former manager. I wanted to talk about it and share my story so other people aren't put in the same position as I was." You can see Isaa would link a Google Doc with the title Issues with VTuber Manager Evilbunny. So this is Isaa's statement against her VTuber manager. Evilbunny, aka Erin, borrowed $1,000 from me, and I have been told he borrowed from others and hasn't repaid and did not communicate for very long periods of time. I've been under Erin's management since December last year, having been introduced by a mutual friend. Initially, I was thrilled to work with her, given her track record of working with bigger streamers. Erin approached me for a loan barely a month into our acquaintance. I started talking with her on the 10th of November 2023, and she asked me to loan her money on the 8th of December 2023. Despite my initial skepticism, he framed it as a dire situation, almost as if my assistance or her facing financial ruin. He dropped our mutual friend's name, Lotus, implying they were supportive of her request. I asked this friend and they told me they assured me Erin was good for it under false pretenses. Erin had told her she would be asking for small amounts, around $100, something completely different from what she told me. Feeling hopeful about our professional relationship, I agreed, considering it an investment in us working together but making it clear that this was a loan and not money being gifted to her. You can see Isaa provides proof through chat logs. Erin, Evilbunny would say, "Isaa, I'm going through a bit of a hardship. I am reluctant to ask for help, but I genuinely am at an absolute loss for anyone in a position to help. I was laid off at the game studio I was working at. While I have landed another job, I'm short on my rent. My savings went by way of preparing for my father's funeral. I'm short $1,000. Lolo had suggested I ask friends to contribute what they could. If you're able to kick anything in, I will repay you. I'm not looking for a handout, just temporary help in this really tough time. I hope you don't think less of me for asking. I genuinely don't want to make things awkward. If you can't, I understand. I'm just trying to do everything I can to keep a roof over my head." Isaa, the VTuber in question, would say, "I can definitely chip in some. Do you still need the full amount?" Evilbunny would say, "Sadly, yes. I have been able to work it down from the 2 months I had gotten behind. It was $5,000. I sold my laptop, consoles, and everything I could do to help. It's why I cook at home. I've minimized every expense. Friends chipping in helped me more. That's how I got to this amount. I can show you me paying my landlord. I know this is a lot to ask, and I want to give full transparency." Isaa would ask, "Sorry if this is a rude question. Do you know when that new job will start? and when you might pay it back. I'm really sorry to hear you're dealing with this. End-of-life care is so expensive. Evilbunny would say, I have orientation on Monday. I should be back on my feet within 2 months. I could possibly do it faster. I just have to get my first pay, and I'll just get a loan from my credit union on my car. It's paid off. They just need me to have proof of income. I have $17,000 in equity on it. It's less than 50,000 miles. No accidents. Isaa would reply, okay, I can give you the rest for now. $1,100? Evilbunny would reply saying, yes, I'll show you it going to my landlord. I want to show you I'm above board. Isaa would reply, I believe you. Just don't run away with it, lol. And let's make some money this year. Fast forward to now, Erin promised repayment in 2 months, and I've been met with complete radio silence despite my repeated attempts to contact her. The $1,100 she borrowed is a lot to me. It covers a month's worth of rent, groceries, and insurance expenses. Isaa is providing evidence that she did give Evilbunny the money. Evilbunny would say, send the request through my app. The interface for Zelle, thank you by the way, and I made note of it as a loan. I know it's not a gift, and I will repay you as soon as possible. Isaa would say, I have a limit of $1,000 per day. I sent $1,000. I can send the last bit tomorrow. Evilbunny would say, that's fine. I'll let my landlord know. Isaa would ask, did you get it? Erin would say, yes, received. Thank you, Isaa. I genuinely appreciate you helping me. Isaa would end everything by saying, no problem. Isaa would continue by saying, what's particularly troubling is that I've learned I'm not alone in this. Several other creators have shared similar experiences, either being solicited for loans or already having given money to Erin. It's disheartening to realize that Erin specifically targeted smaller streamers like myself, taking advantage of our generosity and trust. Isaa would show another screenshot where she was talking about how Evilbunny wanted the money and Evilbunny was thanking Isaa for her kindness. Isaa would continue by saying, I firmly believe that all individuals should be cautious about engaging with Erin in any capacity, given her unprofessional conduct. While her lack of effectiveness as a manager is noteworthy, the primary issue remains her failure to uphold her financial obligations. Isaa would provide screenshots of her trying to ask Erin where the money is. She would ask Erin on February 8, 2024, February 13, 2024, February 14, 2024. Hey Erin, following up on my $1,000 again, I'm getting a little concerned about the lack of updates and communication on your end. I know you have been going through a lot, but I am owed at least regular communication. Please reply soon. It's super disheartening to see you active and doing things online, leaving me to think you're actively ignoring me. It's been 2 months, and I've heard nothing from you about the money you owe me. I would like to resolve this quietly, and I'm going to say something if you don't reply. I'm giving you to the 21st of February to resolve this, or I will take this public. Isaa would say, to be clear, I'm not seeking pity or restitution from anyone besides Erin. I simply want to warn others about her history of behavior and the potential financial risks involved with working with her. The redacted sentences here are details about Erin's personal situation, and in my opinion, are not things I'm comfortable putting out for her. Her situation is dire, to be clear, and I am sorry that these things happened to her, but involving me and others in order to make up for it was not responsible of her. Thank you for listening. Erin would say, hey Isaa, I've been doing a lot to try to get back on my feet. I know I owe you. I will pay you back. This is the last thing I owe you. Further, I do not want you feeling disrespected. All of what I'm about to share is not to evoke any emotion, but just to tell you how things are. I have no income right now. You can see Isaa would blot out all the personal information that Erin was sharing with her because I guess it was really tragic. Erin would say when she borrowed money from Isaa, she didn't predict that her circumstances would get so bad. He's just trying so hard to get her life back together. Erin would make a promise to repay Isaa on April 5th. And if she fails to pay Isaa beyond this date, he would update the Vtuber on any progresses on repayment. Isaa would say she was sorry to hear about Evilbunny's situation, but she couldn't help but think this was further exploitation of her patience and kindness, and she didn't have any reason to believe that things would change for the better. And lent you was lent with very clear terms, and terms haven't been met. You kept saying you'll keep me informed and that you haven't expected what happened to happen, but again, you haven't once given me any reason to believe you are willing or even capable of making good on your promises. Evilbunny would say, I did not keep you informed because I was just not mentally able. I was in shambles. I will give an update each week, if that's what you will take. I know precisely who helped me. I will also repay them. I'm sorry I cannot do it sooner. I can show you my Chase account is negative and I have $1 to my name in savings. You kept me from being homeless. I appreciate that more than you will ever know. I understand I won't be able to keep up to my promises, but I am trying earnestly to fix my situation so I can make things right. Isaa would end the conversation by saying taking this public is more about making people aware of your behavior because it is affecting multiple people and is totally unacceptable. Circumstances are certainly rough, but it's hard not to see this entire situation as taking advantage of any and all goodwill put towards you. Next, we have Lotus's statement. And as you remember, Lotus was the friend that convinced Isaa to give Evilbunny her money. Lotus would say, I was working under Erin's management since last September. We actually met through a mutual friend and then realized we knew each other from a community we were both part of 7 years ago. Where Erin was a community manager. We only worked together for 5 months, but Erin misrepresented this to people to make it sound like we have been friends for 10 years. In December, Erin came to me in a panic, saying they were on the verge of being homeless and losing everything despite trying everything they could think of. They were $1,800 short on rent and didn't know what to do, so they turned to me for help. I've been homeless before. I know how scary that can be. I felt for them and wanted to pitch in however I could. Erin made it sound urgent, like they were going to end up on the streets unless they got this money pronto. Lotus would show her chat logs with Evilbunny. Evilbunny would say, Lo, I have to ask, and I hate asking, but were you serious about temporarily helping me out? I am still short on rent, but they won't evict me if I can come up with $1,800. I will pay you back and sign a repayment letter to you. I did get a second job, which orientation is to begin on the 11th, and if you can't, I'm sorry, there's no pressure. Lotus would reply, for sure if you don't mind me asking, how short are you on rent? So I can try to think of a plan. Erin would say, my rent is $2,600. I was behind 2 months. I paid them $3,500. I still have $1,700 and $100 late fee outstanding. Though Lotus said, okay, noted. Erin would say, this is the first time ever that I've been unable to pay my bills. Lotus would say, I can probably do $500. I think it might not be much, but it's a start. I know this is hard, but have you thought about asking this person, redacted? Maybe I know redacted has money. I think this is the chat logs where Lotus basically told Erin to ask Isaa for money. Yeah, I think this is it. Lotus would continue by saying, I thought maybe Erin's friends and associates would chip in around $100 each and figured out that if enough people in the community/network helped out, we could cover the rent shortfall. I kicked things off by putting $500 of my own money into the pot, trusting Erin's promise to pay me and everyone back. To reiterate, my understanding was that we were only trying to cover the $1,800 deficit, and the last update I got about Erin's financial situation was that $1,000 had been raised, including my money, which was promising. But then I found out Erin was asking for more money from people than she initially had told me she needed, and worse, he was using my name to make it seem like I was fully on board with her asking for huge amounts of money, which was not the case. Lotus would provide proof of her conversations with Erin again. Lotus would say, of course. How about we ask a couple of people for $100? It's not much. Evilbunny would ask, I don't know who to ask. I also feel weird asking. That's why I'm so stressed. You can see Lotus is desperately trying to help Evilbunny in her chat logs. Lotus would continue by saying giving someone and subsequently losing $500 is a big deal for me. It could have gone towards my own bills and personal finances. I was trying to be understanding of Erin's situation and give her some time to sort things out. But after deciding to part ways with Erin's management on February 5th, she's completely disappeared on me, all the while still being active in her community. While I empathize with anyone's challenges regarding housing insecurity and the need for community support, The unauthorized use of my name to lend credibility to a supposed fundraising efforts without my consent is deeply troubling, especially after finding out that she has solicited and received thousands of dollars, significantly more than the $1,800 that I and others were told about. This was not what we discussed, and Erin continued to use my name to back their fundraising, all while misrepresenting my own relationship to her. Yeah, this situation sucks. Isaa basically put her trust into somebody she knew, and she was punished for it. A lot of people started giving Isaa a lot of support after they read the document about the whale. Yes, this is actually Bao. Say, welcome to the never getting a VTuber manager again squad. Ren would say, got a feeling everyone's money is gone then, my own included. Asking to borrow this much for this long from this many people speaks volumes. Isaa would reply, crazy. Sigh, another one of those VTuber managers. Isaa would reply saying, he was a manager for facecam streamers before. I didn't dig hard enough into her. Why she stopped working with previous talents. Alex would say, so sorry you have to go through this, Isaa. As someone who works with creators and knowing many producers and managers, they don't ask for favors like this one. Everyone please be careful of predatory people trying to take advantage of your work. Father Astaroth would reply, Isaa, I can only send my deepest condolences. I had no idea any of this was going on until recently. She has reached out on multiple occasions to us about something similar. He took advantage of our kindness, and in a similar fashion, though we were lucky enough to have narrowly avoided it becoming a financial situation. I had truly hoped that what she needed was genuine, and I hate that she did this to anyone. He has been removed as a mod as well as from my community. Thank you for letting others know. Adorabunny would say, having worked with her for over half a year, I can confirm and would never recommend anyone work with her. He's been an issue for a while, it seems. Sorry you had to deal with that. Rhea would post a link showing a tweet longer. This is an old tweet longer from a user called Joshua Clark, and he details his horrible experiences with Evilbunny. Then we have Admiral Baru chiming in. This is surprising because Evilbunny actually had an About Me section on her Twitch saying she was the community manager for Admiral Baru. And here's her employer, Baru, saying, having been managed by her before, I feel for you. After this entire controversy, after Isaa basically whistle blew, a lot of VTubers and a lot of people in the community have come out to say that they had bad experiences with Evilbunny in the past. Hopefully Isaa will be able to get her money back, even though it seems unlikely. Originally I was planning to show you everything that Evilbunny had done and everything the VTubers had come up to say. Fortunately this video has gone on for far too long. I'll just deal with the second accusation and put out a second video after this one. So this is Tom and he's talking about the entire Evilbunny situation because he knows Erin. I knew Erin for quite some time. It all started with the fiasco from years and years ago that spread like wildfire. I think everyone in this industry knows about that particular event. And my initial thoughts were, oh fucking hell, I would never want to work with a person like that. Well, skip forward several years and I met her through a moderation Discord server we shared. At first, I had totally forgot about that drama and to be honest, he came across quite nicely. Over a period of time, we got to know one another. At first, I thought this could be a fantastic avenue to get into paid moderation finally. I've never been particularly fussed about being paid for my services, as I just enjoyed doing it as a hobby, but it did consume a lot of my time. However, things started to change within my life where I had to step away from moderation due to life. A number of months ago, I volunteered to moderate two wonderful streamers who I still occasionally pop into their streams, or so to see how things are running on their respective Discord servers. Not too long ago, in the very same moderation server, she had another cry for help, to which I flat out refused due to personal life matters. After I stated why I was unwilling to help, he put another message in the server as a cry for help. Naturally, I'm one to help people out, but at the end of the day, my personal life comes first over my career. While writing this column, within the last 12 hours, it has come to my attention that Erin was back up to her old tricks, and I'm beyond angry and disgusted to have ever worked with her. I have cut ties with her permanently now. I have her blocked on social media outlets, I have banned her in places I have power to, and even removed her from LinkedIn and my personal mobile. Erin, I'm sorry for all the shit you have gone through recently, but you needed to be more transparent and to keep your clients up to date more clearly. Begging for money isn't cool either. By Tom. Right, I'm just gonna end the video here. I think you all get the picture now. Evilbunny is just someone who's been going through a lot of bad things. She wasn't transparent enough about her finances, and she misrepresented a lot of things to get money from other people. It's a scummy situation, and hopefully the VTubers will be repaid somehow, some way. Anyway, that's that's the end of the video. Look forward to the second video where we cover more allegations about Evilbunny. Thank you for watching. This has been Rex Nebula, signing out.